One area we're seeing a lot of damage, as we've been talking about, is in the Macon County area.
Anthony Montalto joins us live from Whitewater Creek Park. And Anthony, last time we talked to you, you told us about folks sheltering in a bathroom.
Yes, they were sheltering in the bathroom. Some campers here actually had to evacuate from their campers and shelter in the park bathrooms. Emergency Management Director Roy Yoder tells us that there were no injuries and that everybody is safe and sound, and they're opening the cabins here for people to shelter if need be. If you can see that blue house back there, there are some trees down on the roof there and splintered trees all over the place for probably about a half mile here. It smells like Christmas with all the cut pine. And we've been talking about power outages too. You can see some down power lines all along this gully for along, probably about a half a mile, just like we said, with those cut trees. And line crews have been passing us for a few minutes now to fix some of these lines. And Yoder says that there are actually more wires and trees down over on Highway 90. Meanwhile, 240 is closed, and he says right now they're just shifting to prep for tomorrow's severe weather. And also, since we got here, we've seen people stopping to take a look at all of this damage. So we want to ask you, if you see any damage and you can take the pictures safely, we want you to send those to us. And we'll continue to keep you updated. But for now, live in Macon County, Anthony Montalto, 13 WMAC News.
All right, thank you very much, Anthony. And of course, we appreciate Roy Yoder for providing that information as well.
Okay, Kalisha Moore, she is out in Macon near Rosa Taylor Elementary. She's been checking in with us all afternoon. Kalisha, what's going on now?
Lori, out here it's clearing up a bit, but the storm has passed through. It's leaving some damage behind on a lot of these houses in the neighborhood. One behind me specifically, a tree has fallen on what appears to be their garage. You can't really make it out on camera right this second, but there are some bricks that have fallen on top. A couple of the houses have no power, like I said. And I'm going to take you over here a little bit to my right across the street, where we've been seeing a lot of cars come through a little bit closer down towards Thornwood Drive, where Rosa Taylor Elementary is. You can see that tree, and you can see a couple cars coming through right now. I'm going to move out of the way to stay safe, but there are some power lines that are still down in the middle of the street. Now, when I did take a turn to the right over on Thornwood Drive, there was more houses, more damage, and more workers from Georgia Power as well as tree services trying to work to clean that up. Now, a little bit earlier when I was up on King Alfred and Victoria Circle, the homeowner who had a tree uproot and fall on his house, he told us a little bit about what happened when he heard that.
Well, I was in the kitchen and I heard a crash. The wind started picking up and I looked out the window and that's what I saw. Two trees down, one's on the house and one right across Victoria Circle.
Did you hear any tornado-like noises?
The only thing I heard was wind and the sirens went off.
Got it. And can you explain to me, or describe to me rather, what it looks like on inside of the home?
Inside it's not too bad. There's no damage on the inside. It's more outside. Like I said, the looks like one of the trees just punched a hole in the roof, but it didn't go all the way through, so we're thankful.
Was anyone in the home with you when it happened?
Just me.
Now, as I'm outside, I'm still seeing people walking outside of their houses, taking laps around the neighborhood, assessing some of that damage. Like I said earlier, some houses do have power, some houses do not. But Macon Bibb Fire Department did say, they are still canvassing the area, making sure there were no injuries. Couple of different houses with damages, but they're taking care of that. They want to remind everyone to take caution, make sure you look around you, check for your surroundings. Live in Macon, Kalisha Moore, 13 WMAZ News.
Well, that is some really good advice. Thanks so much, Kalisha.
We continue our team coverage with Ashlyn Webb, who has been out and about this afternoon in the Storm Lab in North Bibb County and other areas. Let's see where she is right now.
Start.
Yes, we're actually on Blanton Boulevard right now. We're right off of Wimbish, and if you actually look to the left over here, you can see a tree down to the left of me, and then there's a cop car up here blocking part of Wimbish Road. I've been off and on Wimbish Road. Actually, we've had to take a couple detours throughout this route because it's just off and on. There's a tree down, then you get around it, and there's another tree down. So we're back on Wimbish Road now. Several people are out and about because, I mean, if you just look at these front yards, there's a ton of branches down, a ton of limbs down, and we're actually going to drive up here, up onto Old Lundy Road and Wimbish Road. We're hearing that there is another tree down up here, and there's a fire truck that's actually blocking it. Actually, we're driving up on it right now. And you can see some of the action up there, some traffic just ahead of us. This has been all throughout off of Riverside Drive. This is just a ton of trees down, power lines down. You can see some traffic getting onto Old Lundy Road right now. But this is just constant in North Macon, Bibb, where we're seeing more and more damage street by street.